Part of the reason why we're doing this, as I said, is first the multiplier, because it's homegrown. We get all of the food produce from the farmers in the particular state, and the entire value chain, of course, is serviced locally, including the cooks who cook who are picked from the localities of the schools, so that the entire value chain is local, and that's why we describe it as homegrown. But a very important part of that homegrown school feeding is that malnutrition is one of the major problems that we have. When children are not well fed, aside from the fact that they can't concentrate, they are stunted mentally. And when they're stunted mentally, it's a permanent condition, and of course, it's irreversible. It's a great tragedy for us in terms of human capital. So, our homegrown school feeding is also one of the very important ways by which we tackle the problems of poverty. Of course, this is in public schools, in public primary schools, all across the country. Same with our, the employment scheme for young men and women who come out of school. Sometimes after youth corps, they're unable to find anything to do. We're engaged 500,000 of them, and they're paid every month. Each of them has a device, such as I have a device like this, which has a lot of material for training. And there's so much material on it on all manner of things, from entrepreneurial training to code writing to all manner of skills. The whole idea is that while they're engaged on this temporary basis, this is meant to be for a 2-year period per cycle, they're also able to learn, they're also able to learn some employability skills and get a bit better and able to, in some cases, start their own businesses. Now, all of these are meant to address the questions of people not having anything to do and being poor, the issues of extreme poverty. Now, we are trying to measure we're trying to measure the impact, and we put together, the World Bank is assisting us in doing this. We've also put together several M&E organizations and who are trying to do these measurements for us. And I believe that in the next probably about 2 months, we should have at least a first report looking at some of the impact, especially the impact of the microcredit schemes that were run and the impact of the conditional cash transfers. But we think that a lot of these programs are intuitive. I don't think that there is any great difficulty in knowing that if people are enabled, if people are empowered, it just makes it easier for them. Because again, these are Nigerians, unlike many people from various parts of Africa in particular, are extremely energetic, extremely entrepreneurial, ready to work if they're given an opportunity. And we think that just helping people with credit is one way of doing so. Dr. Livinas wanted to know about how we could engage Nigerian medical professionals, possibly with the diaspora. And then Dr. Annette Imohe was also talking about how we're going to allocate 15% of our budget going by the Abuja Declaration, etc.
Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. All Excellencies here present, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nigerians in the United States, under the auspices of Nigerians in the Diaspora Organization Americas USA, I welcome you to the United States of America. Kindly accept our most sincere gratitude for this opportunity to be here with you in town hall meeting. We believe that this visit is very timely. And we also congratulate you and the entire new administration for a second term in office. Sincere appreciation to Honorable Ben Okoye, Consul General of New York, for facilitating this great platform. We appreciate your leadership, sir. Your Excellency, the sincere desire to partner with us manifested in the signing of Nigerian Diaspora Commission last year. We have also noted your efforts in stabilizing the country through the various economic programs that you have brought to stabilize the foreign exchange market and to favor the ease of doing business in Nigeria. From this end, NIDO USA have through its chapters and districts located in various states, held town halls meetings to galvanize Nigerians to unite for the purpose of the critical task of national development. We launched a sustainable approach to medical missions in Nigeria last year, July, and are currently in strategic partnership with government and private sectors to curb the human trafficking problem in Nigeria.
Your Excellency, if Mr. Okoye had been given a football field, he would fill the space with all Nigerians from all over the country, because people are excited about what is going on at home. I think this is the issue. We have a lot to do, there's a lot to be done, and the last speaker has said it all. When we unify our efforts in the correct direction, we can achieve a lot, and I think this is what we should focus on. And with no speech, then Okoye has given some of the issues, but I think nobody has come to listen to the PR or President-elect today. I think we have come to listen to Mr. Vice President, as we want to learn more from him and to replicate our efforts to really making our country what it should be. A lot is being done, and I would like to stop here and join Dean Okoye. Welcome all of you here. Thank you very much.
And next, the moment I can proudly say we've been waiting for, the time when we get to hear directly from our own Vice President. We're not reading it in the papers, we're not listening on the television, and we're not having someone else tell us that they heard the Vice President said. Let's put our hands together as we welcome the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Please sit. Mr. Ambassador, the permanent representative of Nigeria to the UN, Consul General Patience Key, the chair of Nigerians in Diaspora, Consul General, Nigerians in Diaspora, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for making the time to come to this town hall meeting, especially on a bright and sunny summer Sunday afternoon when I'm sure there are
with ways to exploit Nigerians in diaspora is very worrisome, sir. We need the government intervention. We want all Nigerians across the globe to be captured for free. To my fellow Nigerians in diaspora, teamwork is key to being more impactful. We cannot continue in disunity. We cannot continue in name-calling, bigotry. We cannot continue with our religious and tribal wars and expect a positive change. We are a formidable force, and we all know that. We work tirelessly to keep America stable. Our first home, Nigeria, needs no other but you and I. A new Nigeria is a possibility if we put our country first. Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we wish you a productive stay in the United States. And coming up is the Diaspora Day and also the NIDO inaugural visit. We'll continue our mutual efforts together. May the good Lord guide and bless our country, Nigeria. Thank you, everyone.
Before we proceed, we'd also like to recognize the presence of the former Senate President of Nigeria, Senator Ken Nnamani. Welcome, sir. And next, to also give brief opening remarks, we'll be calling on the permanent representative of Nigeria to the United Nations, who I was also delighted to address as the President of the 74th United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Professor Tijani Muhammad.
Distinguished visitor and boss, Professor Femi Osinbajo, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I would like to use your presence to hide and not go through any protocol. I think for me today it's just an honor to join my brother Ben Okoye to receive the Vice President on this very important occasion. And I focus on the occasion. The occasion is really an introduction to the Vice President. I think this is key.
We're going to be supplying our own equipment for the agri-life value chain. Anything we do will work. Anything we do. In terms of just the market for mobile phones, we are today the second largest country for mobile banking. We are the second largest. We are the second largest internet penetration by mobile phones in the whole wide world. So we're a great market. Look at technology. Look at what we're doing in technology. Just Andela, just take one example. Andela is a private company, started in 2016 in the midst of a recession. Today, Andela has trained over 70,000 software developers. Facebook invested $34 million in Andela, and they are replicated all over the place. The question, of course, for our country is our country is not a place where, sometimes when you hear some of the narratives, that really people do not understand, the sort of dynamics that our country works under. We talk about security. And I don't want to preempt your questions because this is not supposed to be speech-making, it's supposed to be a town hall. So I want to take all of your questions. I'm told we have 90 minutes for the interaction. But if I spend 30 minutes of you talking, then I won't be able to answer all of the questions. So I intend to take as many questions as possible. And hopefully in the course of answering those questions, I'll be able to give you some more of the information that you may need. So I think I'll just stop. I won't take too long. I won't take any more time. I just hope that in the course of the questions that you'll ask, I'm sure there'll be a wide range of questions. As I always say, who is smarter than a Nigerian? Every Nigerian knows everything. And every time I listen to a Nigerian, it reminds me of myself. We have all the answers. Any one of us could be president or vice president. But I really look forward to the interaction. I think this is a great opportunity, especially for those of us in the diaspora, to ask some of the most pertinent questions that I know that have bothered you or that you're interested in. And I'm sure, I hope I'll be able to give you as full and as accurate answers as possible. So thank you very much again for making the time to come and just wait for the questions. Thank you.
20 billion US dollars, representing about 7% of Nigeria's GDP. This is why this administration has taken measures to facilitate diaspora's engagement and integration, particularly through the establishment of Nigerian Diaspora Commission in 2018, which Your Excellency signed into law. The establishment of this commission is a strategic approach to diaspora involvement in national development. In this regard, government has deliberately brought the issue of Nigerians in diaspora to the agenda of national discourse. Excellency, we are happy about this. Nigerians in the US believes that Nigeria is moving to greatness and are willing to contribute maximally to national development. Once again, Your Excellency, Nigerians anywhere deserve the best. And with the Vice President today in our midst for this interaction, all things are yours. Thank you very much.
Before we call up the next distinguished speaker, we'd like to recognize the presence of the AU, African Union Observer Mission Permanent Representative, Her Excellency Ambassador Fatima Kyari. We would also like to quickly recognize the presence of, all the way from the Harvard University Law School, the most distinguished Professor Mrs. Delia Umuna. And it's also very important to us to extend a special welcome to New York to all members of the Vice President's entourage. Permit me to mention just a few. We have in our midst the Deputy Chief of Staff, fondly called DCOS, to the Vice President, Mr. Adeola Rahman Ipaye. We also have in our midst the Special Advisor, Economic, SAD Econs, to the Vice President, Dr. Adeyemi Dikolu. We also have the Senior Special Assistant, Foreign Affairs, to the Vice President, His Excellency Ambassador Abdullahi Buhari. And also here with us, the Senior Special Assistant, Media, to the Vice President, Mr. Laolu Akambi. You're all very welcome to the Big Apple. Next, I'd like to call on the chairperson of the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, USA, Ms. Patience Key, to please make very big welcome remarks.
In that event between the Nigerian USA and the USA Department to closely work with the Nigerian mission in matters relating to national development, and also partnering with the Minister of Science and Technology in actualizing Executive Order Number 5. Nigerian USA is currently working on establishing a collectively owned Chamber of Commerce to integrate Nigerian and American-owned businesses, to create jobs, to offer access to latest resources, information, best practices, and also to grow our economy. Also in progress is creating measures to have a database of Nigerians in the United States. Currently, an inaugural Entrepreneurs and Innovators Summit is being planned to hold in Abuja first week in August this year. This will target young entrepreneurs, innovators, startups, and individuals needing resources to grow their businesses. Your Excellency, we have patriotic and selfless Nigerians with fresh and creative ideas on how to overcome our developmental challenges. We ask that the government involve well-meaning diasporans as technocrats in national development as partners, and also to help change the prevailing narrative of Nigeria as the poverty capital of the world. There is an urgent need for the government of Nigeria to seek permanent solutions to our various deficiencies plaguing our country, to secure our borders, declare state of emergency in areas victimized by terrorist killings and kidnappings, to bring final and sustainable solutions to our infrastructural problems, and also the rate of unemployment, particularly among the youth, needs to be addressed. The President has also always said that if we do not kill corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria. And I add, if we do not take care of insecurity, insecurity will destroy our country and what we represent. I will not fail to mention the problem faced by our fellow Nigerians in California and adjoining states, with the weight of consular services, isolation, and exorbitant cost of traveling to the East Coast for their Nigerian passport renewal. We suggest that the Nigerian consular services be extended to the California region, which is the 5th largest economy in the world, and houses the world and houses the missions of most countries in the world except Nigeria. Your Excellency, the funding issue of OIS and the new visa policy that have taken a legitimate function of the embassy and consulate needs to be addressed, sir. NIMSI, through its contractors, have placed the fee of $50 per individual for Nigerians in diaspora to be charged, while it is free in Nigeria. $50 is not our problem, sir, but the fact that different agencies keep coming.
Easy for micro, small, and medium enterprises to do business and contribute to the sustainable economic activity will improve social inclusion in the country. In July 2018, the Vice President visited the Silicon Valley, which we happily received him to that community. After that visit, Nigeria has recorded tremendous gain in information technology. This laudable initiative to engage major stakeholders in Silicon Valley, by Excellency, has provided many Nigerians with free Wi-Fi access in several public places, thus recording viral gains in our technological sector. This is why Nigerians are very happy to associate with our dear Vice President, even in this interactive session. Government acknowledges the useful contributions of Nigerians in diaspora towards national development. Recently, Nigerian missions in the United States of America saw the need to call for a 2 days leadership conference, which Nigerians gathered and participated. The 2 days high-level leadership conference was themed Uniting Diaspora Leaders for National Development, and it was attended by high government officials, professionals, and leaders from across the United States of America. The conference discussed the importance of Nigerian Diaspora Commission to national development, the role of diaspora for national development investment opportunities in Nigeria, and uniting diaspora leaders for national development. In that conference, Your Excellency, participants called on the government to engage diaspora professionals in national development. It is important at this point to mention, therefore, that Nigerians in diaspora are well prepared to give back in Nigeria. They are respected in their various fields of human endeavor and with incredible accomplishments. Today, Nigerians in diaspora are considered as the biggest export of our economy before oil.